Hello everybody, this is Brett here at the Let's Play Gaming Expo with the Inner Gamer, of course, and I'm here with Cherami Leigh. Cherami, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm hanging out at a con. That's a good weekend.
Exactly. Cons are awesome.
Absolutely.
And this one specifically because there's a lot, like we did not realize how many people would be here from Borderlands.
Totally.
And you are in Borderlands. What character do you play?
I play Gaige at Borderlands 2.
So what, and you've also been in a lot of other stuff, like just give me a little highlight reel of some of the things that you've done in the past, just a couple of the highlights that you're most proud of in the gaming industry.
Sure. I'm Makoto in Persona 5,
Okay.
and I also play Ikrie in Horizon Zero Dawn, and the Quartermaster, Corporal Green in Call of Duty World War II, and then I play Rhea in the new Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Every single one of those is a very different kind of role that you have to come up with. You know, like when you go into to do this role, how much direction, or is it different with every situation? How much direction they give you? How much are you putting into the character itself? What does preparation look like? Talk a little bit about that.
So it depends each project that I work on. Sometimes I'll walk into the booth having auditioned already, and they've given me for the audition. Sometimes I'll get concept art. Sometimes they'll give me like a little bit of an idea board. Well, they'll say we were inspired by these 6 already existing characters from movies or TV shows or other games, or they'll give us vocal references like we love this actress's voice in this show, we love this actress's voice in this show, and that gives you a little bit of inspiration of what they're looking for, and then you try all of that on and see what it comes from sounding from your voice. And if I've done an audition and they've hired me, then I know, cool, I'm on the right track with what I was creating. And then when I get into the booth, they'll say, we either want it exactly like what you did in the audition, or we loved the tone of your voice, we just want you to add a little bit of anger, we heard a little bit of rasp, we want a little bit more of that, we want a little bit less, can you put it in higher register, can you make her a little bit younger? And it's a nice little collaboration of like shaving this ball of clay into this character that they want vocally. And then sometimes I'll go in and they'll say, hey, you played this character in this one game we really loved, we literally want you to do exactly the same thing. And then sometimes you'll go in and they'll say, we didn't like anything that you did in your audition, but we've heard other things that you've worked on. We want a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and could you add maybe this type of voice? And those are really scary because you go, man, I'm re-auditioning again. They might hate this and fire me again. The other one that's scary, like when I worked on the Walking Dead final season, and I came in to record and did not know when I auditioned and got cast that they were going to want Minerva to sing. And so came in for my session, they're like, so she's got to sing this song, and it's got to be heart-wrenching and just really, really brutal. It's a really emotional moment in the game. And I said, I hope you guys think that I'm not a singer, so I hope that you think that my like singing in the car singing is good enough for you. I don't want to ruin this moment. And then they play the song for me. I'm like, guys, this is a beautiful song. I'm going to ruin this. And then it was a big honor that they put it in the trailer for the final season. My song was underscoring the whole trailer, which was such an honor and also super terrifying. But you never know what you're going to get. Yeah.
I can add that to your resume and be like, I'm also a musician.
Well,
I can sing really well.
Never do that. That would be terrible.
What is one of your favorite characters? Like, is there any character that you really latched onto that you connected with in some capacity that, you know, just stood out in your career?
It's been really interesting, all of the characters that I've gotten to play, and there was something that the character said, that someone said to the character, or that I just read when I was reading the script that really resonated with me as a human being at that time in my life, where I felt like I got cast in this role as a reason to help me with my growth as a person. And there has not been one character that I've played that I haven't had one of those epiphany experiences where I've gone, man, that's what I needed to hear. So having to pick a favorite character is like saying that whatever epiphany or experience I had with one character was more valuable than another. And it wasn't, because I needed all of them to build to who I am and get me ready for the next stage. And I'm sure whatever I'm working on now, a few years from now, I'll have the same experience all over again. So I've been really, really fortunate to get to work on really great characters and work with really great directors and production teams that have seen something in me that I didn't see in myself, or given me the right words to inspire me in my own life. And that's just kind of the beauty of when you're an actor, you have to bring your own stuff into the character. And if that's why they cast me, because they said, there's something about it that I think is the same in the essence of what she brings to it, and that's why we want to hire her. Or maybe they're like, it's an opposite, and let's see if she can bring this other element out, which has been really cool.
What do you feel like is one of the biggest challenges that you face throughout your, like, is there any like one moment where you overcame something that just great lesson that you could share with people that are out there also trying to get into what you're doing?
Sure. I mean, I think a recurring theme in my life, or lesson in my life, being an actor, you are constantly auditioning and trying to be accepted and be validated to get the job. So you create this character, you put your heart and soul into something. It's like creating this beautiful project, putting it on display, and then allowing people to either crush it or like throw things at it or say, we love that too. And so getting rejected as a regular basis, and I've been doing this for over 25 years now. So getting rejected on a regular basis kind of makes you feel insecure as a human being, and you start kind of retreating as a creative person to be like, I don't know if I want to get that vulnerable. I don't know if I want to show them that side of myself. But that's what we have to do as an artist, is to keep going. That's okay. I'm going to get back up, and I'm going to keep doing what I love to do and putting my heart and soul into it. So I had someone that said, when you're making a choice as an actor, always choose love. Even if you're playing a villain, the villain character is always fighting for the betterment of something else. They're not going like, I'm going to destroy this person because I want to destroy this person. They're saying, I'm destroying this person because they represent the hurt and the pain and the destruction of the only person that ever loved me. And so they're always trying to avenge love or fight for the betterment of somebody else. And it's all about perspective of what we see, if they're on the good side or the evil side. If you want to be an actor, or even if you're just in a creative field in general, or just in your life, if it's something that you love, always lead with love. Never go with, I'm going to attack somebody. I always tell people, if you're online, don't say all the things that you hate about a movie. Say the things that you love about another movie. So instead of being like, this movie was a disaster, go, I didn't really dig that movie, but this movie was amazing, and these are the reasons why. So you're promoting what you love instead of bashing what you hate. And I think if we all lead with that in the characters that we play and the projects that we do and how we conduct ourselves in our life, it definitely shows through in who we are, and it's putting a little bit more positivity out there in whatever capacity we live.
We definitely need that all the time. I mean, it's great to have that, any kind of positive spin you can put on anything, and just like encourage people to feel that, they can do this too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, because like we're all learning every day, none of us are perfect.
There's a place for everybody, and there's times that I'll audition for a role and go, I know exactly who this character is supposed to be. I know exactly what they're wanting, and I feel so confident, and I don't get the role. And then when I see the direction they went with the game or the film, I go, I didn't see their vision. That person that got the job is the only person for that role, and I would not have fit in their world, and that's totally fine. Like, everybody has a place, everybody has a story to tell, and we all have our life experiences, and it all works out as it's supposed to. I mean, I was terrified. My first two motion capture callbacks were for Call of Duty World War II and Horizon Zero Dawn, and I was so excited to get to do mocap, and I had fractured my ankle the day before the callback, and I was like, man, why does this happen to me? And it never works out that I will have time to heal. It's like, you do the callback and you're working the next day, and on both of those projects, they're like, we had a delay, we've got scripts to work on, we've got a month, so you got the job, but can you hang tight for a month? And I was like, yes. So I had a month to heal my ankle and rehab my ankle. For Horizon Zero Dawn, I was going to rehearsals with crutches going, this will be gone, it'll be fine. And then on the day that we went in to do the mocap shoot, I was ready to go. And I was so afraid I was going to get fired, but I was trusting that it would all work out, and doing what I needed to do and doing the rehab and not trying to make myself heal faster than what the doctor said. And it worked, and I got to do both projects.
What was something in the mocap situation? That was your first time doing mocap, correct? Yeah. So what was, having had an idea of seeing things online or wherever you saw what it looked like, what was a surprise to you getting in that room doing mocap? Something that you didn't expect would be that way.
I went into the Call of Duty soundstage and getting to see they have huge mocap soundstage, and then they have all of this amazing equipment to put someone's likeness into the game, and seeing the huge, like, looks like an Epcot ball that takes all these pictures and sitting in that, and then being spun on like a little pedestal while they take all these pictures of you from all these angles. It was such a production, but it was so amazing. And then seeing like, wow, that is me in the game. That's incredible. And then when I worked on Horizon Zero Dawn, getting to see how much time they were able to take with the process. And we had rehearsals just like in a play, and we're like in a black box where the set's not created, and we're walking around with PVC pipes, and those are our weapons, and they're teaching us how we're going to wield them and showing us what they're going to look like in the game. But it's just like a giant like gymnasium soundstage, and we're wearing a little crazy unitard with dots on our faces and these little foam balls everywhere. But we had our little warm up every day, and it was a really amazing thing. I think what shocked me the most is how much play there was involved in that. And they would say, so this is where the bridge is going to be, you can't step out of bounds, and they're putting little marks on the tape. And it was very much like combining theater in a giant black box where the set doesn't exist, with film, knowing that these are our camera angles, and also voice work. We have a mic right in front of our face and another camera. It was all of the things that I have done and trained, and it's all being combined into one medium, which was amazing. Someone came in and said, this is the first time that 3 women under 30 have had the soundstage all to themselves, that there's been no male lead. It's just 3 girls. And so this is the first time this has ever happened. And we were like, this is the first time that there's only been women on a soundstage for a video game ever. So that was really surprising to me, but also really cool. And that was 2 or 3 years ago. So I'm sure at that point it's happened many times since then, which just talks about how much women are kind of being more involved in the scene, and that when you have more female characters and more women that are playing video games and then wanting to become developers and putting their stories out there, this is what we're getting. It's a more diverse gaming community, which I think we all love. Yeah, no, it's incredible, and it's getting better and better every day, and I'm really, really excited to see. You know, I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn for me was something special. It was such a, I mean, Aloy and just like everybody, like every character in there was so well done, and like, I mean, Aloy is awesome, like just such a good, strong character, and I know you worked with Ashley Birch, and she did a great job with that, and like, you know, everything in there was just super exciting and encouraging, and I can't wait. Team. They love what they do. They love the people they work with, and like I know they said multiple times when we were working on it, we will take the time that it needs to tell the story well. And I was like, that is a beautiful thing in an industry that is all about time and money, and how can we do it the fastest and the cheapest. And I think you can tell with Guerrilla, and there are many other studios that feel the same way, and I think you can tell in the product, like, this is a labor of love, and this is all about quality, and they will do whatever it takes because they want to deliver the best story and the best product to the fans, which is incredible to get to be a part of that. It was such a privilege. As far as games go, do you find yourself, like, do you have time to fit in games in your busy schedule with doing anime and all that? I definitely do what I can. Okay. There are days where I absolutely want to get to play all the games that I work on, because I've spent these time, like all of this time living in these worlds, and then I want to see like the whole picture, how it turns out, because we record alone, so I want to hear everybody else's performance, and I want to see what like they were able to create, and see what my imagination while I was voicing it, what it actually looked like, and it always blows my mind. But I will say, at the end of the day, if I've done like 2 or 3 gaming sessions, I come home and I just want to like stare at a blank wall or read a book or go to sleep. So usually I'm not playing or I'm not gaming late at night, but when I have a day off, that's usually what I want to do, is like, well, let me explore the worlds and like actually get to play and like enjoy. Not that doing the work isn't enjoyable, it absolutely is. I have so much fun, and then I go home and tell my family and my friends, so this is what happened today, with zero context about what the world is. I got to do all these cool things, so I share with them all these inside jokes that they have no context for, and then because it's a fun job, and I want to be able to talk about how my day was when it was such a fun job. But with an NDA, you're like, so I was in this weird space and I did this thing, and they're like, I have no idea what you're saying. That's great.
So wait till next year, and then you'll learn all about it.
Exactly. Or 5 years from now, or 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have no idea when the games will come out, and
gosh.
I get surprised on Twitter. That's usually how I find out when I'm safe to talk about a character, is when someone will send me a tweet or send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and they're like, "Hey, great job in this game," and then they'll put the character. I'm like, "Is that what she looks like? Wow, that's so cool."
Sometimes you don't even like realize when it comes.
Most of the time,
Oh
I
my
have
gosh.
no idea. Even
That's
when the
crazy.
game comes out, I don't even usually announce on the day the game came out if the company doesn't give me clearance, because I'm like, is my character a spoiler? Where does she fit into the universe? Am I allowed to talk about it? Am I still in the game? Did they replace me at the last minute because something didn't work out? So you just are always on pins and needles until everyone's like, "Hey, is this you?" And you listen to the file and go, "Yes, it is. That is me. Great. I can now post." So it's a very interesting, like, very tiptoeing around, don't want to get on anybody's toes or spoil any surprises, but it's quite fun.
So is there any like game you're into right now, casual? What like console wise, is there a system that you find yourself focused on?
I have a PS4. Obviously, my husband, I think, would probably say his fave is the Switch. So we've been playing a lot of Switch games.
Nice.
I still love my DS. Like I love the DS. And but I guess probably PS4 and DS. My brother told me the other day there's a game that I worked on, and he said, "I'm only playing this on a computer, and you have to play this on PC. And once you play this on PC, you will never go back to anything but PC." So we'll see if he's right.
I like him.
But he's building a computer right now, and he's like, "All right, I'm prepping." He's prepping for a game that's coming out in, I guess, next year, maybe a year and a half from now. And he was looking at all the specs today, and he's like, "I got to be ready for this game. It's going to need a little bit more of this." And he was like, "So this is the game that I want you to play on this PC, and we'll see how you feel about it." I was like, "Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see if he changes my mind. I'm open."
I'm excited for that day. I'm anxious to find out. That's really cool.
I'll have to live stream it. I'll be like, "Guys,
Right.
this is the moment. We'll see how I feel about it. We'll see how I feel." But I'll have to probably play, for comparison, I'll play on another console first, and then I'll jump on PC, and I'll let you guys see the reaction.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, either way, I mean, we love PS4, we love PC, we love the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, there's just
I was playing Xbox
so much.
downstairs, and I was like, the Xbox is pretty great. I for whatever reason, just, I guess, never had an Xbox growing up and don't have an Xbox now, so maybe I'll have to get one. Or just go hang out with my friends that have an Xbox and play.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Is there anything that you like? Where can people find you online? Is there anything you want to like plug or put out there, that passion projects or anything of that nature?
Yeah, I am on Instagram at CLKstar, and I am on Twitter at Cherami Leigh, and I think Facebook is the same. You just search Cherami Leigh, and I will pop up there. So please message me. Let me know what I'm allowed to talk about being in, because I don't know, clearly. But yeah, I mean, I guess since it just came out and everybody seems pretty excited about it, people are like, "I didn't know that was you," is Rhea in Fire Emblem 3 Houses. It's the first, well, not the first, but one of the first times I got to use like a grown-up lower register, and then hopefully some of the stuff that I have been working on in recent past is going to be in that lower register, so you can get a sneak peek of some of the future characters of what I'll sound like. It's a little different from some of my past work, but I still love being that like high energy, crazy Gaige, like tomboy, which is always great. And then I got some new anime coming up, and I did a web series a couple years ago about voice actors at conventions. It's like a mockumentary office style thing. So that's on YouTube. It's called Confessionals. You can check that out. My husband wrote it, and then I starred in it and produced it, and we created it, and the fans kickstarted it. So at one point, maybe we'll do season 2, but for right now, the episodes are live on YouTube, and you can check out a bunch of voice actors getting to act on camera and hang out with each other, because we always record separately, and we're all friends, and we wanted an excuse to work together. So that's what we did.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. It's been a blast. We are excited to see what comes from you in the future, and everything you've done so far has been incredible and amazing. So keep up the great work, and inspiration to all of us. So
Well, thanks.
thank you very much. And for everybody who's tuning in and watching, make sure you check out all of our videos that we have at youtube.com/unagamer, and we'll see you next time.